Welcome back, my fellow vape cappers. Today we are here with some new-ish stuff from Dynavap. This came out a little bit ago. We're here with the new storage solution called the Slingstash. In their efforts to go more retail friendly, we see the Slingstash come in a very retail-oriented package. Let's go ahead and open it up. Before we pull it out of here, let's actually take a look at the packaging. Storage for Dynavap devices, a little QR code to learn more. Not really sure what you could learn more beyond what's on the back here, but let's take a look. It looks like there's a decapper, some material storage, a smell-proof silicone container type thing, durable, and rattle-free. Oh, that's kind of cute. On the bottom it says, peekaboo. The reason why it took me a little bit to get a Slingstash is I was waiting for a special one like this, which they had from the Battery Independence Day sale. It's got a little American flag on there, just little details that I really like. The Slingstash is a simple storage solution that is pretty straightforward. You have this silicone sleeve on the outside, and if you pop this off, it's just a metal tube on the inside. So nothing too crazy fancy. Before we talk about the sleeve, we'll talk about the inner tube. On this side of the inner tube, they put a little plug here to cap off the end, and this plug is I guess tri-purpose. Purpose number one, if you put the plug in and you put a short device inside, it helps the short device stay near the top, so you do get that rattle-free experience once you put the sleeve on. To do an XL device, you'll just have to pop out the little cap, make sure that your sleeve is on one side, drop the XL in there, and you can see it fits right near the top. So once you throw this other side on, there you go. Easy peasy. And a real popular thing people have been doing to keep the silicone tight is giving this a little twist. Not only does it make it look cool, it keeps it on there really tight. And for those of you that have been following the news in the Dynaverse, this little twisted action here is a shout out to their new tip, which you'll be seeing in a Moo video coming up soon. So now that we've got an XL and a shorty device in there. Two of the other uses for this little cap, if you want to run a short device like the M and you want to keep it in there, you can have storage for your device on one side, so you can access that. And then on the other side, so you go ahead, you'd pop your device out, you'd take the cap off, you could recap this, and then you flip it over, and you could have some material storage. And it's an easy way to load the Dynavap on the go if you want a really minimal setup. The other little thing I have found that fits in there is the Dynacoil. So if you're a Dynacoil user and you want to bring one on the go with you, it is a nice little safe space to keep that sticky little sucker in. So now that we've talked about the inside tube, the storage compartment, let's talk about this outer sleeve here. It's a little multifunctional, so not only does it protect the outside of the tube, but it has a few different features in it. On this side, it has a decapper, which works for both the standard caps. You just push it in there, give it a little squeeze, and pull it off. While this does work, it's a little finicky. Sometimes I've found that it actually works better when it's not attached to the tube. So if you have the device out, but then this is kind of floppy. While it works and it's a really good solution for simplicity on the go, I still rather have my leather decapper. And then on this side, they did something really interesting, which I couldn't really figure out why they would do. But for some reason, on this side, they put a little part where you can put a tip. I haven't figured out the purpose of this yet, as I guess if I had an extra tip, I wouldn't really take it on the go. Maybe if I was using this as a desk unit for portability, I could have my full bowl inside and my half bowl or extra bowl on the outside. Not really sure where to go with that one, but if you guys have any creative or cool ideas of what you've been using this other side for, feel free to hit the comments and let me know. I'm always open for more ideas and cool tips. So with the plug, we've seen that the Shorty and XL can fit in the Slingstash. Now let's see different diameters and make sure that things like the armored cap can fit inside. Yep. So this is an all-around storage unit for everything from an FMJ to an armored cap. And even with that, there's really no rattle inside. With the B, this has been a little challenging because it hasn't really fit in all of Dynavap's wood stashes, so this is a great storage solution for the B as well. Lastly, to wrap it up with the Slingstash, the one thing I will mention is that because this is a metal tube and while there is no rattle, in your pocket, inevitably, it does kind of shake around or vibrate inside the metal tube, and metal on metal can leave light buffing or scratches. So I'm not entirely sure this is a storage solution I would use on a fancy titanium piece or something that I have anodized. I would probably stick to a wood stash for those to help protect the metal and anodization. This Slingstash, perfect for wood stashes or something like the bee that the metal doesn't affect. If you want to go with the Slingstash and you do have fancy stems, something you can do is cut a piece of construction or parchment paper to fit the inside of this metal tube, and that's something that I found that is really helpful if you don't want a metal tube to scratch your fancy device. So let's go ahead and click a cap and put this Slingstash to use. For this Slingstash setup, we're going to keep it classy. I'm going to use my twisted helix wood stem with a 7-fin LE tip and a gold FMJ. And always a great hit out of my Dynavap. So one of the reasons I wanted to click a cap with you guys is to show you that even with a hot device, it is high temp silicone and a metal tube, so you can throw that thing right in there when you're done and not have to worry about it cooling down or anything. That wraps it up for the Slingstash. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, stay lifted.